In conversation with Jama Mahlalela, Toronto Raptors assistant coach and coach of their summer league team. Uh, Masai Ujiri was pretty clear at the end of the season. He talked about wanting to see some culture change. He wanted to talk about maybe more three-point shooting. Well, not maybe. It was pretty clear he wanted that. We're led to believe that training camp's going to look a little different this year because there's going to be an emphasis on some different things. Has that started in summer league, Jama? In other words, have you worked on have you distributed the workload a little more differently this year in terms of what you're focusing on compared to what you may have focused on last year?
For sure. I mean, I think each summer league is sort of a training grounds for us as well. It's a chance for, our main Raptor staff to look at some things, to try some things out in a less sort of stress environment with the summer league. So, on the offensive side of the ball, we've definitely been looking at the three more and sort of, who shoots them and just sort of increasing the people that shoot them. But they got to do the work themselves, to prove that they can shoot that shot. Pascal's a great example. He started this summer with a really intensive shooting program, and it's really sort of paying dividends. And he shot a bunch up this summer, and they look good. So that growth pattern continues, and if you get more players doing that, improving their individual shooting, then you can fit them into the offense and actually increase your attempts per game, which is what we're looking at now.
Yeah, as I'm looking at the stats, Pascal Siakam is 18.3 points, and he's a guy who in just under 28 minutes. I mean, he's a guy, Jama, who. Look, he played a lot last year, let alone not knowing exactly what the final roster is going to look like this year. I mean, he's a guy who could almost pull a Norm Powell in some ways, couldn't he?
No, and I think we often forget, even we as a coach, forget that he started for us for a real chunk of this season.
Mm-hmm.
He built a bank of experience that you just can't come by any other way. So I think he's really, he's really got an opportunity this next year to take those experiences from last year, to get a full summer league, which last year is very for someone he got injured early. So now he's going to get a full summer league, another training camp. And I think the way that he's really sort of morphing his game, you see that he just moves quicker, runs faster, has more of a motor than a lot of the other players he's going at right now. And I think that can definitely transfer to our team and a system that's going to have that ball moving a bit more. And again, if he continue to stretch out his shot and continue working on his form and technique, I think he could be, a real contributor for us in our rotation.
Hey, Jama, have things changed at all for Jakob Poeltl, given the way the game is changing in the NBA now? Have you been working with him on different things this summer league than perhaps, he was worked on with him last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we tried to get ahead of the curve a little bit. So even at last year, we were sort of, hey, put the ball in your hand and let's see what you can do in terms of making things happen, being a bit of a playmaker with the ball, and stretching out his range also. I think we were really impressed when we first got him with his touch around the basket, obviously. But as we had him longer, his finishing became, a skill that he really had. And I think we worked to improve that, left hand, right hand, and either foot.
Mm-hmm.
So more of like a wing-oriented finisher than the traditional big. And then you see we're stretching him out as well to the three and seeing what he can do. I think he shot one up already this season. And, he's able to get the ball and bring it up the floor, a few dribbles at least. So we're definitely sort of trying to create basketball players, forgetting 1 through 5 for all of our positions, and then putting in the right place to win, to win games.